more in here?
I think there's some receipts in
I
there.
don't want, okay, I asked for all. I mean,
Well, Tracy gave you some. I had.
no, Tracy, the only thing Tracy gave me was minutes.
Okay, then I need, if I'm gonna have to give you receipts, then I need.
I don't trust any of you. The way you guys act, you guys blew with me a long time ago. I asked for how much the township has invested in the Calumet Center to date and what is projected to be invested. That was my public records request that I officially made.
Those are bills that we've paid.
Okay, so there are receipts in here.
Well, yes.
Because you telling me that we paid $25,000, I don't believe it. I want to see it because that is where the trustees have led me in this.
Mr. Mayor,
Oh,
back up a couple of feet, please.
okay, why don't we do this? You look at that,
Okay,
and then if it's not, if there's something I missed, you let me know.
okay.
Now, there's one thing that you're not gonna have in there is about a phone system. Now, that's not, that deal is not done, but we had to replace the phones.
Is it projected?
We've talked about it. Now, I can't.
Mr. Mayor, can I ask you a question?
Go
If you
ahead.
have a list of everything that she wants, I can get all the receipts, but I don't even have a list. Otherwise, I'd have to go and figure out that this go with that, go through all my bills for the last year. If you have a list of everything that you know that's related to the Calumet Center, I can go find those bills right away. It's just, I don't have a list, and that's why it's been taking me so long.
Let me give that to Tracy, run a copy, and you, let Tracy, and I'll get the copy back to you.
It's fine.
All right, you got it.
Thank you. Are there any answers to any of my other questions?
So some of your other questions.
You're at 2.5 minutes.
You are so worried about what people say. You know, you are, I feel sorry for you, I really do. I guess I'm going to be ignored for my other 2.5 minutes, I'm assuming as normal.
Okay, Linda, what is your other question?
I have asked these questions and you guys don't even have the common courtesy to pay attention. Where's the minutes? You should be able to look back in the minutes and walk right down your minutes to every question I've asked. This is very disheartening, and I'm on the clock, and that's okay, because this is what I get every meeting, and this is what this board has come to. And unfortunately, Mr. Mann, we have one on one side, one on the other side, and you are the determining factor, and you and I have discussed this. You are the determining factor as to how and where this township goes. And I hope you take that very seriously. Because the way our township is headed, you are the deciding factor for the next year, year and a half.
Where is the township going?
I'm not speaking to you, I'm speaking to Mr. Mann.
All right.
I'm done.
I mean, your comments are
To
almost the
Mr. Mann,
same.
not to you.
Well, I have the floor. Your comments almost every week follow the same theme of, I hate Steve, we're not doing your job.
Never
You
said
don't
I
trust
hated
us."
Steve. Don't lie and put words in my mouth because that's not going to work, okay? I say, I never ask a question that I don't already know the answer to, because I don't trust you, because I've gotten wrong answers and I've gotten flat out answers that were not
Okay,
correct.
so, in
My
fairness,
time's up.
in
My time's
fairness-
up.
In fairness to us,
My time
you
is up.
spent all week getting ready for this question, but you expect us to spit it up in the meeting.
My
Now,
time is up.
if
Move on,
Tracy,
please.
if Tracy had her laptop at the meeting, she could start punching up these numbers in an open meeting.
Oh, so now
So-
you're trying to throw it on me when I sent you the email.
My time is up, Mr. McGuire.
Well,
You
you
made a
got-
point
you
that I
got-
only get, you let everybody else talk as long as they want. Me, you hold to a time limit because you know that I know what I'm talking about, so I'm done. My time is up. I don't want to hear from you. I don't believe you. I don't believe anything you say, so don't sit here in an open meeting and try and badger me like you do everybody else all the time. My time is up.
We
I'm
have
done.
the floor for as long as we like. 3 minutes is the rule for citizen comments. We don't have to have citizen comments. And trustees, this is a good time to bring this up. Ever since beginning of the year. This meeting has gotten away from us doing business, and it's turned into the firing squad, which Mr. McLaughlin is propagating it.
And you,
They're getting the information. I haven't had a meeting like that in a long time.
and you propagate it
So,
too.
everything's I bash Steve. I've told,
Nobody said that, nobody said that.
I've
Only
told-
you're the only one that's saying that. You must be the one bashing Steve.
every meeting, you have the same comments.
No,
Oh, his work's
because
not turning
If
on
he
time.
doesn't do his job, I'm only here to make people do their job. I'm not here to get rid of people.
You don't
You're sitting
manage
up there
Steve.
trying to get rid of people.
Steve doesn't
That's all
manage
you
Steve,
do.
and
That's
you
all
don't
you do
manage
is try to get rid of somebody instead of getting people to do their job. Your goal when you came in this door, I watched you. You got rid of the administrator. You got rid of everybody. You walked in the door and you're still trying to get rid of people. Instead of trying to do your job, all you're doing is trying to get rid of people.
Very true.
That's all you do, Jim. And now you're trying to throw off your feelings on everybody else. You must be the one bashing Steve. Nobody has bashed Steve.
Okay, then I.
So what are you putting those words in people's mouth for?
Well, once we get the minutes caught up.
The minutes are
Which is
caught up,
your
but you
job.
just tabled them.
So,
So, I mean, you just keep coming up with something, excuses. Do your job. Do your job, Jim.
okay, you got the soundbite you need yet?
Do your job, Jim. And that's supposed to be a joke. Nobody's laughing but you. It's a joke. This all is a joke to you. And citizens voted you in thinking you were going to do a better job than you did last time. And you're still doing the same crap. But you know what? I'm going to still try to work with you. Because I believe you can do better.
Okay, so let's go on with comments by citizens. Bruce Riley, you're next, please.
My name is Bruce Riley. I live on Diamond Mill Road. I have a simple question concerning your meeting last meeting you had. You declared it an emergency meeting to go into executive session. Was the executive session to hire road department personnel? Simple question. Anybody want to answer?
I was never enlightened, I can't answer it.
Dead silence?
Well, the best we can answer the question is, you can't make a decision in executive session, so I guess the answer to your question is no.
Well, the whole point is, I was led to believe that you were going to executive session to hire road department personnel. The question I have is when the fire chief hires somebody, he brings you a resolution, you vote on, you hire it. Steve Wolf wants to hire somebody for the road department, and it takes the three of you to okay it. So why is there a double standard?
How do you know there's a double standard?
It's very obvious the way you operate. He shouldn't have to go to executive session to hire a road department personnel if the fire chief can do it without the executive session. So, do you not trust Steve Wolf? No answer on that. Now, Tracy's got issues with getting her bills. Is there any policy that says when someone gets a bill, how to handle it, how to process it in this township?
No policy or procedures, no.
There you go. You can solve the problem, Tracy's problem, by creating a policy and procedures on how to handle bills. Silence again. Here's a question I've been trying to get an answer to, and nobody will answer. Are you the attorney for the county?
No, I do not work for the county.
Okay, you're not the county attorney. The question I've been trying to get answered is the Calumet Center turned into a fiasco. Spent a whole bunch of money, and you paid a contractor, and it didn't pass code. Has it ever been turned over to legal counsel to review the contracts? And I was sitting here in the meeting when you were reading the contracts off, and they sounded like they didn't match. So it's going to take an attorney to sort it out. The question is, has it been turned over to legal counsel to sort out the two contracts, to find who is at fault, And can you go back on that contract?
I'm gonna say yes, it's been turned over to an attorney, but we are waiting on the answer from that attorney.
Okay, is it county prosecutor's office?
Yes.
Okay. See, that's a simple answer, but I get dead silence. That's all I wanted to know. I got 1 out of 3 answered. That's all I have to say.
Okay, we want to do trustees reports, or you want to start?
Before you, can I say something? Did
Yeah.
Russ have a question? Or do you want to read his question even though you can't answer it? So that we have it on.
This is his business.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's fine.
it's not a question stated.
Okay.
Mr. Mann, you want to start on trustees reports, comment?
Okay, since we have this virus here, and, you know, they said these next 2 weeks, this week and next week is supposed to be, bad. Now, you know, you're not supposed to be going different places, so we've got a meeting going on here tonight, so we are putting our residents in harm's way by having this meeting, as far as I'm concerned. Now, even though we're here, but there again, we're gonna try to do something for the next one coming up. So, depending on what's going on, and with this virus, there's gotta be something, there's something else that's in there. We know, a lot of things are happening. You've got, the animals are catching this virus, now you've got it at the zoo. So you got a lot of problems going on. So you've got to be careful. But there's 8 states that's not, they don't have their people, you know, staying in one place. They just let them pretty much do what they want to do. So these things are happening, you gotta watch that. But there's something else that's going on here. If you have a lot of people that's gonna die here this week and next week, then there's something else you gotta look at. And I'm gonna say you gotta look at the air. There's something we got a problem. Now, supposedly, if it gets hot, maybe some of that'll go away. But right now, we're at that point where they're watching this number to see if it's gonna flatten out up there as it makes its turn. And then we've got 8 states, like I say, that's, you know, causing some problems. We've got some ministers out here that wants to bring everybody together. Now, at some point, you know, you've got to wonder what the problem is. So I just want everybody to be careful here. There's debate whether you're gonna, you know, you're gonna come to a meeting. Now, I've got a situation going on that, you know, my wife's resistance is down because of what she's going through. So if I catch the virus and I come back in and she catches it, she's not gonna make it. And I'm saying, well, maybe I won't say that. It all depends. It's gonna be hard for her to make it. But these things are happening. So I went to the store to pick up medication today, and I had a mask on. Maybe, I'll say half the people I saw had masks on. But there again, the store that I went in, this was Sam's Club. You know, just like we are here, that's probably the crew that I saw going down different aisles. It wasn't a whole lot of people, but people are watching that. And the governor is doing his job. He's telling, he goes through this procedure every day at 2 o'clock. I watch him, and I watch CNN. So I just want to tell everybody to be careful. And I'm going to try to make all these meetings that I can, but if, you know, one of those situations come up and I done took, today's supposed to be my 14th day that I was trying to take it easy. And I say I'm good, but I'm at a meeting here on the 14th now. Do I count that as being good, or do I have to start over? That's all I have to say.
Jim?
For my comments, we will get through this. I think most people are understanding that nobody was prepared for this situation. So this is management on the fly. I think the state's done a pretty good job with pulling things together and with what structure we have. But the community, I think, they need to bear with us. Things are not gonna happen at the township as usual. The timeframes are gonna get pushed back, so we will get caught up once we can get back to business as usual. That's all I have.
I agree. Coronavirus is something nobody expected. It was unforeseen, and you better take it serious. You see people on there on spring break, you see different people just, you know, still getting together. There's a church down in Monroe that still has meetings and all that, and you gotta take this thing seriously. It's gonna get worse and worse if we don't. So, that's all I got.
Still gotta take it up.
Mr. President, I make a motion to go into executive session under Ohio Revised Code 121.22 G, issues 1, 2, 3. I'd like to invite our legal counsel from Sturdick Dowden Turner, Mr. Alex Hale, and the Township Administrator, Steve Wolf, to go into executive sessions with us to discuss pending legal matters.
I second the motion.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to go into executive session. We have a vote, please, Tracy?
Trustee McLaughlin.
Yes.
Trustee McGuire.
Yes.
Trustee Mann.
Yes.
We are going into going into executive session at 7:51.
Just make them copy.
Can you hang on to these? They're not all signed. Yeah, we could,
Want me to just leave them here or what?
just as long as they're secure, pretty much.
Mike, I just want to know why you dropped out the alcohol.
But the plant already has water.
There's some
You have
areas
one,
where
right?
it's very narrow, leave that truck, you know, just go over there.
But do they have water?